Hey, Skol Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, fired up and ready to dive into the latest Vikings news that's got my blood pumping like a fourth-quarter comeback. Picture this. We're still shaking off that gut-wrenching 24-21 heartbreaker to the Steelers in Dublin. Man, Croke Park felt like a battlefield, but we fought like lions till the end. Now, we're jetting across the pond to London for Week 5, staring down the Cleveland Browns at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Both squads at 2-2 and 1-3, desperate for that international W to flip the script. But here's the teaser that'll have you glued. What if rookie magic and a superstar WR clash in a way that sends the Browns packing? Stick with me, because this Vikings news breakdown is going to build the suspense like a slow-burn thriller. 15 pulse-pounding segments ahead, packed with stats, stories, and that raw passion we all crave. Who's ready to Skol? Let's roar. The sting from Dublin is real, folks. Pittsburgh edged us 24-21 on that emerald turf, but our defense bent without breaking, holding them to just 20 points after halftime. As we pack for London, Kevin O'Connell's got that fire in his eyes, preaching balance like it's gospel. With a 2-2 record, we're not just chasing a win. We're hunting redemption on foreign soil. The Browns, licking wounds from a 34-10 demolition by the Lions, sit at 1-3, their offense sputtering like an old engine. This ain't just a game. It's a survival clash in the NFL's European spotlight, and I'm telling you, the vibes are electric. What do you think, fam? Can we turn this trip into a trophy haul? London's calling with that Week 5 showdown, and the stakes? Sky high. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Sunday, October 5th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time kickoff on NFL Network. Mark it, because this is where desperation meets destiny. Both teams starving for an away-from-home boost, but we've got the edge in firepower. Imagine the roar of expat fans as the Vikings take the field, purple waving like a Viking flag in the wind. The Browns are hungry, sure, but our squad's got that North grit. Tease incoming. By the end, I'll drop my bold prediction that'll have you yelling Skol at your screen. Who's with me on this ride? Transitioning smooth into the chaos, let's crank up the hype, because if there's one thing Vikings news delivers, it's the raw edge of battle prep. We've got jet lag? Nah, that's fuel. The Browns? They're the underdog with bite, but we're the wolves ready to howl. As O'Connell schemes quick passes to exploit their secondary, I'm buzzing with that pregame electricity. Fans, hit me in the comments. After Dublin, what's the one adjustment that flips our script? Your takes keep this fire alive. Let's build to the players who could steal the show. Now, diving deeper into this transatlantic tango, the narrative's thickening like fog over the Thames. Our 2-2 start screams potential 25.5 points per game on offense, per the latest stats, but that Steelers loss exposed cracks in the O-line. Cleveland's coughing up 25.5 allowed, so opportunity knocks. It's not just stats. It's story. Underdogs rising, rookies roaring. As we unpack the keys, feel that suspense coiling? One wrong read and it unravels. But Skol Nation, we thrive on the edge. What's your gut on our road warrior status? Hooking you further, because this Vikings news saga's just warming up. London's neutral turf means no home field ghosts, just pure gridiron poetry. Browns at 14 points scored average, us allowing 20, numbers that whisper upset but scream Vikings dominance. O'Connell's play calling? Genius under pressure. Imagine the build-up. Planes landing, pads snapping, hearts racing. Tease. Next, we spotlight the Browns spark plugs, the guys who could ignite or fizzle. You feeling the tension yet? Drop a Skol if you're locked in. Shifting gears to the enemy lines because you can't conquer what you don't scout. Let's peel back the Browns' armor. Their offense? A puzzle missing pieces, averaging a measly 222.5 yards per game. But don't sleep. They've got flashes that could blindside us. As we edge toward kickoff, this intel's gold. The story? A team clawing for identity abroad. Suspense meter rising. What if their vets crumble? Fans, your predictions in the comments fuel the frenzy. Onward to the QBs who hold the keys. Cleveland's QB carousel spinning wilder than a London merry-go-round, and its prime Vikings news drama. First up, Joe Flacco, the 40-year-old vet they imported for that cool-headed magic. But oof, his arms lost some zip. 93 of 160 for 815 yards. Just 2 TDs against 6 picks this season. It's like watching a legend fade in slow-mo, heartbreaking. But our pass rush smells blood. That Steelers game, we sacked them twice late. Now Van Ginkel's licking chops. Tease. If Flacco falters, a rookie's waiting in the wings. Who's your pick to disrupt him? Enter the wild card. Rookie Dylan Gabriel. The 24-year-old phenom snagging the starting nod after Flacco's wobbles. London debut? The crowd'll eat it up. First snaps on foreign dirt, pure theater. He's got that gunslinger poise, but untested against our secondary's lockdown vibe. Third in the league at 151.5 pass yards allowed. Stats say he's electric in college, but NFL? Pressure's the great equalizer. Imagine him threading needles while our D swarms. Chills. What if he sparks life into their air game? Your thoughts, Skol fam? Flacco or Gabriel, whoever straps it up faces a crucible. Our front four's a nightmare with 12 sacks already. Brown's O-line's leaky, allowing 4.4 yards per play defensively. Wait, no, they're stout against the run but airy up top. The narrative? Veteran wisdom versus rookie fire, clashing under Tottenham lights. Suspense builds, 1 INT and it's game over. As we wrap this QB tale, hit pause. Next, the WR who could haunt us. Ever wonder if one route changes everything? Jerry Jeudy, Cleveland's slick slot maestro, hasn't popped stats-wise yet, number 100-yard bombs, but man, his footwork's a surgeon's scalpel. Separation king, he averages 12 yards a catch, but our corners? Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers have stonewalled. Just 3 TD passes allowed league-wide. It's cat and mouse. Him dancing free, us jamming at the line. Last week versus Lions, he snagged 6 for 68. Solid, but not scary. Yet, story hook. One breakout and Brown's skies open. Tease. Can he crack our vault? Judy's danger? He's got that elusiveness, quick cuts, double moves that leave DBs grasping air. But Vikings news whispers our secondary's the wall. Harrison Smith and Josh Metellus patrolling deep. Only 2 picks but 0 mercy. If Wentz, our QB, keeps it clean, Judy's just a decoy for bigger threats. London fog might hide his routes, adding intrigue. Fans, poll time. Judy monster game or quiet night? Your call amps the hype. Wrapping Judy's spotlight because this WR duel could tilt tides. His YAC potential versus our tacklers like Ivan Pace Jr., who's a 5 feet 10 inches missile with 33 stops. The build-up? Electric like a storm over the stadium. If he feasts, Browns fly. If not, our pass game feasts on their secondary, ranked mid-pack at 220 yards allowed. Suspense lingers. 1 toe drag TD, history shifts. Transition tease. But ground pounders? That's where wars are won. Who's ready for RB fireworks? Quinton Judkins, the Browns' 21-year-old RB rook, missed week 1 but exploded since. 49 carries, 237 yards, 2 TDs, chewing clock like a vet. He's got that burst, vision sharp as a blade, averaging 4.8 yards pop. Our run D, 3rd fewest rush yards league-wide, but his power could test us. Dublin exposed gaps. If he gashes 100+, it's trouble. Narrative gold. Kid phenom versus battle-tested front. What if he owns the rock? Judkins' story? Undrafted fire turned starter, lost time, made up double. Against Lions, he bulldozed 18 for 112, stiff arms flying. But Vikings news alert. Our LB swarm. Pace Jr.'s instincts plug holes. London turf slick. Slips could kill drives. Stats scream balance. If he hits 5.0+ average, Browns control tempo. Tease? Or does our Mason counterpunch? Fans, debate. Judkins MVP or contained? Closing Judkins' chapter with a bang. His youth belies that old soul grind, but at 21, jet lag hits hard. We've allowed 90 rush yards per game. He could eclipse it, forcing Wentz to air it out. The suspense? Palpable like pre-snap silence. If he stalls, their offense crumbles. Hype hook. Defense next, the beast who could wreck our line. Ever seen a sack change fates? Myles Garrett, Cleveland's D-terror at 29. Tied for 6th in sacks with 4.5. A physical freak blending power and polish. He's that nightmare edge, quick first step, spin moves that humiliate tackles. Our O-line's battered. O'Neal, Jackson, Kelly sidelined per latest Vikings.com updates. Injuries mounting like storm clouds. Garrett versus our makeshift right? Dream matchup for him. Story arc. Apex predator hunting wounded prey. Garrett's mission? Disrupt everything. Last game, 2 QB hits on Flacco. But we've schemed chips. Van Ginkel mirrors his fury. Stats, he's forced 3 fumbles already. London wind? Could whip his rushes wild. If he bags 2+, Wentz's pocket vanishes. Tease. Rookie LB rising to counter? Skol Nation, your take. Garrett tripled or doubled? Garrett's peak form, 29's prime. Experience fueling explosion. Browns lean on him. Without pressure, we're golden. Our counters. Quick sets, screens to Mason. Suspense peaks. 1 strip sack, momentum flips. As we seal this D-duel, pulse racing? Next, the LB phenom stealing headlines. Who's the unsung hero in your eyes? Carson Schwiesinger, Browns rookie LB. Our preseason dark horse who's lapping expectations. 31 tackles. Tied team high. Everywhere like a shadow. Energy's infectious. Instincts elite. Whispers of defensive rookie of the year already buzzing. At 6 feet 3 inches, he fills gaps, covers flats. Perfect versus our short passes. But Pace Jr. matches his hustle. 33 stops himself. Tail twist. Youth versus youth in the trenches. Schwiesinger's breakout. Week 3 versus Packers. 10 tackles in a 13-10 clutch. Vikings news notes his range. Could spy Hawkinson. Yet our vets like Smith bait him. London crowd might amp his fire. If he leads with 8+, Browns D dictates. Tease. Flip to purple, our QB carousel's next act. Schwiesinger's buzz? Deserved? Sideline to sideline speed. Per Browns.com. But early season hype fades under lights. Our balance tests him. Suspense. Does he snag a pick on Wentz? Rapping here, energy high now, Viking side where heroes lurk. Fans? Comment. Schwiesinger star or hype? Flipping the script to our purple pride. Because Vikings news shines brightest on our signal callers. Carson Wentz, the grizzled vet, ain't fooling us into MVP dreams. But steady Eddie's what we need. No turnovers. Laser to Jefferson. Likely starter over McCarthy, who's dipping toes in practice this week per Vikings.com. His job? Simple pocket presence, quick slings. Steelers showed grit. 2 TDs late. But Browns Garrett? Pressure cooker. Wentz's tail? Redemption arc, 39 years young. But that arm's got bite. 65% completion, 800 yards so far. McCarthy's return adds intrigue. Rookie spark? O'Connell's call. Stats favor us. 5.7 yards per play offense. London neutral? His experience thrives. Tease. If clean, skies part for JJ. Wentz versus chaos. Browns D allows 222.5 total yards. Stifling, but his checkdowns to Mason Chewitt. Suspense. 1 pick. Ghosts of past haunt. Hype builds. Next, the WR wizard who bends defenses. Who's your QB1? Fam? Drop it below. Justin Jefferson, our supernova WR, only won 100-yard game this year. But Dublin? Vintage. 8th for 112 torching zones. He's open like a cheat code. Routes crisp as autumn air. Wentz to J.J? Poetry if pocket holds. Brown's secondary solid. But Jefferson makes elite look amateur. 1 slip. He flips fields. Stats. 68 yards average, but upside infinite. Jefferson's narrative? Frustration to fire. Suffocated early. Now blooming. Against Lions D last year, 12 for 168. Browns? Right. Our O-line woes? Chips on him. London lights? His stage. If he hits 120+, game's ours. Tease. Wingmen waiting in wings. Jefferson's magic. YAC beast. For point 2 after catch. Secondary like ours thrives on him drawing doubles, freeze Addison. Suspense. Double team or single? As we glow on JJ, pulse quickens, RB ground control next. Skol fans. Predict his yards. Jordan Mason, our RB workhorse. 271 rush yards. No frills, all thunder. Lowers shoulder, makes LBs feel it. For point 6 average, powering drives. Browns run D, third stingiest. 80 yards allowed per. Dublin, stalled at 65, lesson learned. O'Connell leans run early. Mason's the hammer. Tail, blue-collar hero in glitzy London. Mason's grind? Underrated, 2 TDs, fumble-free. Versus. Steelers' keychains moved. Browns front 7 stout, but his patience cracks him. Stats edge us. More balanced attack. Tease, if 100 plus, tempo ours. Mason versus Wall. They're LBs like Schwiesinger swarm, but his power wears him. Suspense. Bounce outside or between. Wrapping RB. Hype soars. D-line disruptors incoming. What's your run game tweak? Andrew Van Ginkel, our edge menace. 2 sacks versus Pittsburgh alone. Part of trio with Greenid and rookie Turner terrorizing pockets. 12 team sacks total. Browns O-line leaky. Van Ginkel's motor? Relentless, bending arcs like pros. Garrett's foil mirrors his rush. Story. Unsung sack artist rising. Van Ginkel's flash. 3.5 sack season. Pressures galore. London. Fresh legs post Dublin. If he bags Garrett's counterpart, QB's quake. Tease. Turner's rookie rage next. Van Ginkel's edge. IQ high, stunts lethal. Browns protect. Average at best. Suspense. Clean sheet or chaos. Hype to LB, Pace's pint-sized fury. Ivan Pace Jr. 5 feet 10 inches LB giant. 33 tackles. Quarterback of D. Filling every gap. Productive pest versus run and pass. Steelers game. 9 stops. Browns Judkins? His nightmare. Tail. Small stature, massive impact. Heart of Vikings news. Pace's hustle. 2 forced fumbles. Coverage sticky. London energy? Fuels him. The 10 tackles D owns. Tease. Secondary shutdown. Pace versus spread. Browns short game? He blankets. Suspense. Pick 6 potential? Now backfield bosses. Harrison Smith and Josh Metellus. Safety duo, 0 mercy deep. Just 3 TD passes allowed. Second fewest. Smith, vet sage. Metellus, rising star. Corners Rogers, Murphy lock perimeters. Tail quiet storm per Vikings.com. Safety smarts, 151.5 pass yards allowed. Browns air? Strangled. Tease. Key clashes ahead. Secondary steal. No picks flashy, but bends don't break. Suspense. Judy free or chained. Into matchups. Clash 1. Garrett versus our battered O-line. O'Neal out, per updates. Jackson, Kelly sidelined. Garrett's feast, for .5 sacks waiting. But quick passes counter. Story. Blood in water? Garrett's hunt. Injuries expose. Wentz must scramble. Tease. Jefferson's revenge. If Garrett wins, pressure mounts. Suspense. 3+ sacks? Fans. Fear factor? Jefferson versus Brown's secondary, elite coverage, but JJ warps it. 1 read off, 50-yard scorch. Tail. WR God versus mortals. Jefferson's edge. Speed breaks. Suspense. 150 yards? His magic flips games. Tease. Ground war next. Mason versus Brown's front 7. Third fewest rush yards. He needs 100 to breathe. Tail. Hammer meets Anvil. Mason's push, patience key. Suspense. Gashed or stuffed. If blocked, air it. Tease. QB pressure cooker. Gabriel or Flacco versus our rush expectations crush. Trio sacks him. 1 bad snap. Career question. Story. Trial by fire. Rookie wait. London debut. Suspense. Dominated? Tease history weighs in. Head-to-head. Browns 1-2 of last 3, but we lead 12-5 overall. Tail. Rivalry reignited abroad. Recent edge theirs, but our grit. Suspense. Tradition breaks? Vikings news stat. Home dominance flips neutral. Tease. Prediction drops. Forecast. We're 3.5-point faves. Per BetMGM, balance wins. O'Connell quick hits. Mason early. Jefferson erupts. Browns fight, but 23-17 RW. Tail. Purple prevails. Stats back. 71.5-yard edge. Suspense. Upset or statement. If O-line holds. Cruise. Tease. Game deets. Sunday, October 5th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Tottenham, NFL Network. DAZN for full slate. Save 25% on Game Pass. All games. Red Zone, Super Bowl 60. Tail, Global Watch Party. Time zone tweak. Brasilia 10:30. Suspense. Tune in. Skol Nation. That's your Vikings news blitz. 15 segments of fire. We bounce back in London. 23-17 over Browns. What's your score prediction? Drop it like. Subscribe for more. Share with your crew. Let's pack comments with purple passion. Until next, Skol Vikings.